The snow didn't just fall that night, it suffocated the world. There's a specific kind of silence that comes with a heavy blizzard, a dead, muffled quiet that feels like the earth is holding its breath. Driven by a restless urge I couldn't explain, I drove to the edge of the local woods. I wanted to feel that isolation. I wanted to be the only living thing in a dead world. I walked until the tree line became a cage of white and gray. The silence was absolute, until it wasn't. Hi. It was a child's voice, crisp, clear, impossible. It cut through the wind like a razor. I froze, my breath hitching in my throat, scanning the empty void between the trees. Up here, silly. I looked up. Perched 20 feet above the frozen ground, on a branch slick with ice, sat a boy. He couldn't have been more than 9. He was bundled in a coat, legs dangling casually over a fatal drop. But it wasn't his presence that made my stomach turn, it was the snow beneath him. The blanket of white around the trunk was pristine, unbroken. There were no footprints leading to the tree, no scuff marks on the bark. He hadn't climbed up there. It was as if he had simply occurred there. He looked down at me, and his face. It was wrong. He wore a grin that stretched too wide, a mimicry of happiness that didn't reach his dead, staring eyes. We looked eyes for a heartbeat that felt like an hour. Then, he stood up on the branch. Watch this. He didn't jump. He simply leaned back and let gravity take him. I screamed, helpless, as his body plummeted 30 feet. He hit the frozen earth with a sickening, wet thud, the sound of meat striking stone. I thought I had just watched a child die. I scrambled toward the crumpled shape, my mind racing with panic. But before I could reach him, the body convulsed. He didn't groan or cry out. He sprang up with the unnatural fluidity of a spider, completely unharmed. He bolted. He ran into the darkness of the woods, moving faster than any child should in knee-deep snow. Reason told me to run to my car. Instinct told me to run to him. I can't explain why I chased him. It felt less like a decision and more like a trance, a magnetic pull into the dark. I followed his small tracks, my lungs burning deeper into the forest. Then came the laughter. It wasn't joyful. It was a jagged, cackling sound that seemed to echo from everywhere at once. He was toying with me. I passed a thick oak, and the world spun. A weight slammed into my back, knocking the wind out of me. He was on me. Small hands that felt like ice clamps dug into my shoulders. Fingernails, sharp as talons, tore into the flesh of my neck. He wasn't fighting like a child. He was thrashing like a feral animal, silently trying to blind me, to hurt me. Adrenaline surged, and I threw myself backward, flinging the creature off. He hit the snow, rolled, and was instantly on his feet again. He didn't attack a second time. He just stood there for a second, that same impossible grin plastered on his face, before turning and vanishing into the gray haze of the storm, laughing all the while. I stumbled back to my car, blood freezing on my neck, my mind fracturing. The police searched the woods the next day. They found nothing. No boy. No tracks leading away from the struggle. The most terrifying part wasn't that they didn't believe me. It was what they did find. They found my footprints wandering into the woods. They found the snow churned up where I had fallen and fought, but there was not a single other footprint in that entire forest. According to the snow, I had walked out there alone, thrown myself to the ground, and clawed at my own neck until I bled. I know what I saw, but sometimes, in the quiet of a snowy night, I wonder if the woods just wanted to see what I would do.